Hello and welcome back to my channel. We just got done after day one of Applejack Festival, so if this looks a little familiar, that's where we're at. We're walking back to the car right now, and I'm with Andrew because he went to Kansas City today to pick up my brand new Juki industrial 8700-7 sewing machine. I'm so excited. This is gonna be a first time seeing it in real life. I got the 8700-7, which has the automatic thread cutter, and I got it with the CP18, which is the specific control panel that I wanted. And I can't wait. I'm so excited to see it and get it home and set it up and do some test stitches with it. I'm just so excited to see. All right. Oh, it's in a box. Oh, there's the table. So we have the table, and then we actually have the sewing machine in here. And I believe the motor is already built into the bottom of the table because that's how servo motors are. They are at the bottom of the table. So we will be able to dig this open and see what it's like once we actually get home. So I'll see you there. All right, we got it into the office. My plan is to put it against this back wall, see if it fits. But first we gotta like fix it up. Andrew already like installed it and everything and put it together, but we need to finish a few things up on it. So he's gonna work on that really quick.
Theory, if you turn it on, it should work.
All right, well, let's try it. Maybe that's, I don't know. This doesn't help at all. This is all like precautionary stuff. I want to know how to use it for use. Be sure to read the online instruction manual. What? I want a paper instruction. Let's see what this is about. And this might have something to do with this. Because look, that wire goes back.
What does that do?
This is the control panel that will do my auto back tacking and lift my foot and cut the thread. What was that? Adjusting the amount of oil in the hook. That sounds important. I'm gonna need to learn how to do that. Setting the bobbin into the bobbin case.
You have to tip the machine up every time you do it?
What? Oh, I can just reach down here. So the stitch length. So this is my stitch length. Foot pressure, hand lifter. There. Height of presser bar. Threading the machine head. Here we go. Okay, I accidentally pressed the pedal, but I want to figure out how to use this control panel up here. We put the oil in it, and we set up the thread and everything, so that's all back there. But this control panel is what I ordered for this machine. There's like certain accessories that you can add on. So there's the CP18 and there's a CP180, and they do about the same thing. It's just CP180. A lot of people recommend it if you're putting on a lot of labels. But I put on a lot of my labels with my Juki TL series. I don't really feel like I need a different machine just to do that. So I went with the CP18. This is gonna auto back tack, cut my thread, and lift my foot pedal, or my foot, I guess, when I I hard heel press on the foot pedal. So we'll test out that. Right now it just has a bunch of dash lines, which is promising. It just looks like I just need to set it up. So we'll have to play around with that. But for now, I just want to look at the speed and the actual sound of it, which I don't know. I really don't know a lot about this machine right now, so I'm still trying to get used to it. So right now it's in the auto down position, and I'm not sure how to change that. But we can lift up the foot here. Down here, my knee is lifting that. Just right down here, this knee lever is lifting that foot, as you can see there. So we can lift that, which is really nice. It's very similar to the TLs. And we can lift that, put our fabric under, and hopefully this stitches. Oh my gosh. Can you guys hear that? Because I can't either. It is so quiet. Oh my gosh. Okay, now we're gonna have to set up our control panel so that we can auto back tack and cut our thread and lift our foot. Simply because quilting takes so long on a TL series because the stitch speed is literally 5 times slower. These ones are a max of 5,000 per minute, I'm pretty sure. It just depends on your stitch length that you're doing. So we'll get to play around with that. And we have stitches. So I don't know how to use our auto thread cutter yet, but let me lift this up and cut it and show you guys. This is so quiet. I cannot believe how quiet it is. It doesn't even sound like I'm stitching. And it makes gorgeous, gorgeous stitches. Let me show you. If you've been sewing for a while, you kind of get like what a pretty stitch looks like, and that is as close as you can get. I'm gonna go ahead and increase our stitch length just because this is really small, but usually I like to quilt at about 4, 4.5, sometimes even 3.5, but this one max is 4 millimeters, so we'll have to play around with that, what works best. But let's do it again. So I put our fabric under, let's try it. That was not even full speed. We'll do a full speed. So if I hard heel right now, that's just lifting my foot pedal. So we're gonna have to figure out this control panel so that it does that automatically for us, because that's the whole reason that I get the control panel. Those stitches are nice. Let's do a full speed. Let's do pedal to the metal. Let's see how quick this thing goes. Okay, ready? Okay, let me hard heel this, take our thread out. Yeah, should I do it the long way?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's try it again. Let me just get this started. Okay, ready? Here we go. Oh my god! Holy smokes. And the stitches are perfect. Wow. Let's move on to our CP18, this control panel, and figure out how we can get an auto back tack and a thread cut. Okay, so here's our control panel. This, I'm not sure. I think, let's try this. Oh, okay, so I know this is another feature that I really wanted. This is gonna go ahead and count the number of stitches that you've sewn. And then this is gonna show when your bobbin is gonna need to be replaced. So you can increase this number. You have to hit, oh. I'm not sure how to change this number though. Maybe hold? Okay, I'll have to look that up, how that actually works. They didn't send me a manual on how to use this control panel, so I'm kind of just winging it at this point. So here, this is gonna be, man, I don't even know. Okay, let me look this up. Okay, maybe I figured this out now. This button is gonna be for our auto back tack at the beginning and the end. And automatically it is set to 4, so it's gonna be 4 stitches, auto back tack, front and back. And then I know here this is going to be a single back tack. This will be a double. I just want single, and so you can change that by doing this. But I don't know how to change the actual stitch number. I cannot figure out. Pressing this is going to change it from single to a double or off, which is what it was. So now let's just try this. So in theory, this should auto back tack 4 stitches at the beginning and the end. Let's just try it slow. Okay. Not a good sign. Maybe I have to turn this on. So there's this little button back here. Maybe I have to engage that. I don't know. Let's try engaging that and then see if that works. Okay, that's not good. I don't know what that button's for. All right, figured it out. So if we go into this button and then we hit this, which is going to change the letters, which are up here and correlate to A, B, C, D, you can click that once and it'll go into A, and then you can increase or decrease that. So I probably will only want 3 stitches for a back tack, so I'm going to change all of these to just 3 just for now, and then we can hit enter, and then those will stay as 3. And now I'm going to try stitching again, see if this works. I don't know at this point. I don't know. Let's try this. Okay, so it still didn't auto back tack. Okay, what am I doing wrong? Let me hard heel. Yep. Still doesn't thread or cut the thread. Okay, supposedly this should work now. So if we hold down I, okay, here we go. So then this is our auto thread cutter, which that doesn't look right. It should be on. Okay. Yeah, that is so weird. Okay, it is now the next day. I figured out what I was doing wrong. So let me turn on the machine and show you. So I'm gonna turn this on, and the light comes separate from the 8700, so you get a light with your machine, but it's not like built into your actual machine, so you have to turn this on separately from your actual machine. So as you can tell, I have been playing around with this like crazy, just doing all sorts of stitches and experimenting with it. And it turns out the thing that I was doing wrong, I didn't quite know how to use the foot pedal. So the foot pedal has like almost, I would say like 4 different positions. You have neutral, which it's in 24/7, just like a normal pedal. Then you have the actual sewing, so you push your foot forward, and then that will put your foot down and start sewing. And then it'll also do the auto back tack if you have that on as well. And then you can go back to neutral, which will stop sewing, keep the foot where it's at. It'll just stop sewing, that's it. And then you can push back a little bit, and that'll lift your foot so that you can rotate. And then if you hard heel even further back, that'll cut your thread, lift the foot, and raise your needle. So that is all that I wasn't doing. So if I lift this here and we go underneath, and once I'm underneath my fabric, I can go forward. I have my auto back tack on 3 stitches, so it'll go pretty quick forward and back, and then it'll start sewing pretty slow, however far my foot down is, or my foot is down on the pedal. So there was our back tack, and now it'll just keep on sewing. I can go a little bit faster. And then this, so we can raise the heel or the foot to lift up just by pushing my heel back just slightly, so we can rotate this. We can keep on sewing. So that was one thing that I was really wondering about this machine, was like, how do you rotate? So you just push back a little bit, you can rotate and keep on sewing. Then once you're here, you just got to push your heel back just a tiny bit more, and that'll auto back tack, lift your foot, raise the needle, so then you can pull your fabric out and keep on going. So this is just really, really efficient. Gonna be great for quilting, and I don't know if you can tell, but this is the quietest machine that I've ever had. And I did so much research before actually buying the 8700, and I researched what specific control panel I wanted. This was no easy task getting an industrial machine, but I know with how Xoxo Charley is going, like, I can't personally speed up like any of like the cutting or like any of what I do, but if I can speed up how quick my machine goes, that'll make production a lot easier, especially bulk sewing. So this is just one of the ways that I'm gonna do that. I am so excited to actually bulk prep with this. I'll mainly be using this for quilting. I really don't see myself using it for like more intricate things like adding my labels or bows or adding like top rims to tote bags or anything like that, just because it can be really finicky and I can accidentally go too quick. And then it can be kind of hard to get that straight line that I need. But I was playing around with this all last night. It is so much fun, and it's so smooth. Like, even compared to my semi-industrial, it is so smooth. It is just amazing. I'm just obsessed with it. And it is one of those things that if I started on this machine, this would just be what I'm used to. But since I've had like a regular domestic sewing machine and then a semi-industrial and now an industrial, it just feels that much more special because I know what those other ones are like. So to have it back tack for me, cut the thread, lift the foot, lift the needle, all that it's just such a treat. Like, I love sewing on it. It's so much fun. The table also came with the machine, so everything is included. The table, the machine, the light, the control panel was optional. You can add that on. I just wanted that, otherwise none of the back tack and the auto thread cutter is gonna be on there. But it is just exactly what I expected. Like, I did a lot of research, so I knew what to expect, but it's almost just better than how I imagined. So super, super excited with this. But I do have another thing that I need to show you guys, and that is my brand new Juki TL2010Q semi-industrial sewing machine. If you've been watching my recent videos, you know the Juki 2000 was just giving me so many troubles, and it got to the point where I contacted a Juki dealer in Omaha, and you know, I asked them, like, could it be replaced under warranty? Could I just get a whole new machine? Because I've had, for those of you that don't know, I've had two different screws now come loose while I'm sewing, and they were up in this top area, and they completely came unscrewed and fell out and fell to the bottom of the machine. And when that happened, it kept on sewing, so then it was causing more problems. I had timing problems. It was a disaster, and it happened twice now within the less than 6 months that I've owned it. So needless to say, it was just causing problems all the time, no matter what. So I contacted that dealer in Omaha, which is Fabric Bash in Omaha, Nebraska. And they were like, okay, let's go ahead and take a look at it. We can take it in and let's actually go ahead and upgrade you to the 2010. And I was like, okay, like let's go ahead and trade it in, get a new machine, get the 2010, which pretty much the only difference between the 2000 and the 2010 is the speed control. So there is a little speed controller on the right side of the machine. But other than that, it is completely the same as the 2000 as far as like using it and how it feels and how it works and all the buttons. And we also have another knob adjustment right above your tension. So other than that though, they're the exact same. So I brought my 2000 up to Fabric Bash and they had the 2010 all ready for me. They just traded it in, and while I was there, of course, I had to look around because they had so many gorgeous fabrics in Fabric Bash. They also have a full website online so you can shop all of their different fabrics, their machines, their accessories, everything on fabricbash.com. So be sure to check out their website. They have very affordable shipping as well, so I highly recommend it. They were so good to me. I would recommend them in a heartbeat. They also had a ton of pre-cuts while I was there, and that is like the #1 thing that I love. I love being able to just buy 1 yard or just buy a little cut of fabric so that I don't have to like wait there, pull out all the bolts, get them all cut, and then go. If I just need 1 yard of a certain fabric, they'll have that. So be sure to check out Fabric Bash in Omaha, Nebraska. They have fabrics, they have sewing machines, they have accessories, they have everything that you're gonna need for beginning sewing, quilting. So check them out in Omaha or online. But another huge thank you to Fabric Bash. This is exactly what I needed. Like my other semi, the other Juki, was just not gonna keep up for especially a holiday season coming up and like Black Friday. I just needed something reliable and they got that for me. So you guys will now see the 2010 going forward in my videos, the 2010 and the 8700. And another thing that I was gonna say is I think we need to start naming the machines because I now have my domestic brother sewing machine. I have the semi Juki 2010 and then I have the industrial Juki 8700. So I think we're gonna have to name these. Let me know some name suggestions down in the comments what you guys think I should name them. I kind of want the industrial to be more like masculine, more like it is a heavy duty industrial sewing machine, so it's gotta have like a strong name. I think this one should be more feminine, and then the OG brother I think could be like a plain name. You know, it's been around for a while. I've had it for a long time. You guys have seen it, you know it, you love it. So let me know what you think we should name them, and then maybe I'll do like a little poll and we can decide on the final name. But I cannot wait to get these sewing machines working. I have so much sewing to do. I've got some Bible sleeves to make, which are gonna be coming to the website really soon. Instead of just Bible totes, I'm also gonna have Bible sleeves, which are gonna be just like the Kindle and book sleeves. They're just gonna have some depth to them, so I'm gonna box the corners at the bottom so that they fit a wider Bible or a wider book, or the depth of the book, I guess. So I'm gonna work on those. I have a lot of tote bags. It is like the final 2 weeks of prep for junk stock, so I got these machines just in time and we should be good to go, thank goodness. You guys know sewing machines have just been such a struggle recently, and I don't know what it is, but there for like 2 months I just always was having problems with my machines. But that is the full update of the machines. I think now that I have like everything in its own place, I'm gonna do a full-on shop tour for you guys. I know I've had some comments about that saying like all of these are new and you want to see what's going on throughout the whole office. So I'll have to do a full shop tour for you guys since I've updated it quite a bit. But with that, I'm gonna get these machines working. I'm going to start sewing some Bible sleeves, some tote bags, and get going on some orders too. Once again, check out Fabric Bash in Omaha, Nebraska. They have everything that you need there online and in store. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye.